Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So right now it is currently, if my watch will load, 6:31 p.m. Now I go on call for work tonight at 2 a.m. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what I do to prepare to be on call so early, late. I don't know if you would call that early or late. So the night before, I always make sure to have all of my electronics packed, and I also always pack a suitcase. My makeup bag is right here and my toiletry bag is in the bathroom. So that stuff I always grab in the morning, obviously after I'm done using it, pack it in my suitcase before I leave for my trip. Now, sometimes on reserve, it's really hard to know what to pack because I could be called to fly to Switzerland or I could get called to fly to Los Angeles, California, and you never really know what the weather is going to be like. So I always try to pack just staple items. So a pair of jeans, a pair of tennis shoes, a pair of sandals, a bathing suit, shorts, a tank top, a t-shirt, a workout outfit, a sweater, pajamas, and maybe some sweatpants. This way, no matter where I'm going, I will always have at least one outfit that will work. And then, for example, if I'm called with plenty of time before my trip, like say I have 4 hours until my sign-in or something like that, then obviously I can adjust what I'm packing to where I am flying to. But if I don't have time to repack my bag, then I always want to make sure I just have some of the basic necessities with me. Since I am going on call tonight at 2 a.m., I definitely want to get to bed early tonight, so my plans for the rest of the day are to eat dinner, shower, maybe read a little bit, watch some TV, wind down, and try to get to sleep as early as I can. So I'm gonna go do all of that, and then we're all just gonna hope that crew scheduling does not call me in the middle of the night. Clearly, as you guys can see, I am on a plane right now, but you guys, I almost did not make this trip in time. This is the first time I'm starting my 7th year of flying, including the regional that I used to work for before I came to this airline, that I have ever been this close to having a missed trip, a late report, etc. So what happened was I left an hour and a half before my sign-in, and I just hit awful traffic on the highway out of nowhere. I was genuinely contemplating calling crew scheduling and just saying, I am so sorry, I am going to be late. I don't know what time I'm going to get there. And then I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. And also I didn't want to get my phone out while I was driving. I was like, I'm just gonna keep going to the airport. And then I finally get there and I was like, I don't have time to go to the employee lot to park my car there and then take the bus in. So I did terminal parking, and I kid you not, there was not one spot available. Like, I was driving around for at least 10 minutes just praying to find an open spot, and finally I found one, zipped right in, got my butt inside the airport, and I signed in with a 1 minute to spare. So technically my sign-in was at 12:24 p.m. and I signed in at 12:28 p.m. So every once in a while, I think it's twice a year, we're allowed a 5-minute grace period, and today I used one of mine. So I quite literally only had 1 minute to spare. Ultimately, I did get here in time, but I just cut it very, very close, and I take full responsibility for that, and will definitely learn my lesson moving forward. But with all of that said, I am clearly on the plane right now. We are not boarding it though because we have maintenance on the plane. Today is the start of a 2-day trip, so as long as everything goes to plan, although I'm not quite sure what's going to happen because we have maintenance on the plane right now. I guess there's something wrong with the air conditioning in the flight deck. The flight deck was getting up to be like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which obviously we want to make sure that we have a cool cabin area up there for our pilots. That is what they are working on right now, but as long as they can fix that, we have 3 flights today. We are going from Philadelphia to Indianapolis, Indianapolis back to Philly, and then Philly to Atlanta, Georgia. Since I definitely have a few minutes now, I'm going to continue eating my lunch. I have a hoagie from Wawa, and then I will try to update you guys when I know more about what's going on. Alright, so it looks like this plane is going out of service, but they did find us a new plane, so we're gonna head over that way now. Finally got to my hotel. It is 12:41 a.m. Let me explain real quick what happened. So when we were in Philadelphia, we got a different plane. So we went to that aircraft and that was going to take us to Indianapolis. Now, when we got to that plane, there also was a maintenance issue on that plane, if you can believe that or not. However, maintenance was able to come out and fix the issue. And so we finally were able to take off, and then we got to Indianapolis. And then once we were in Indianapolis, we were delayed even further because we needed more fuel for the plane. So we had to wait for the fuel truck to come out and put more fuel onto our plane. And then finally we were able to turn that plane around and come back to Philly. And then thankfully, once we were in Philly, we were able to keep that same plane. Like, we didn't need to get off the aircraft and go to a different terminal, a different gate or anything. Like, we got to stay on that same plane. And then we went from Philly to Atlanta, Georgia. And that is where I am right now. So it was a bit of a crazy day, but we got here safe and sound. So I think pretty much what I'm going to do is just wash my face and brush my teeth and get ready for bed. I just can't believe that I left my house at around 10:45 a.m. this morning. Like, I left at 10:45 a.m. I drove to Wawa. I got myself lunch and, you know, stuff to eat, and then drove to the airport. Had to sit in the airport for 3 hours until our plane was ready. Was it 3 or 4 hours? I can't even remember at this point, but it was a while. Had to sit there until our plane was ready to take off. We did 3 flights, got in the shuttle and drove to our hotel. And now that I'm speaking to you guys, it's like 12:45 a.m. And it's just like, wow, what a day. It feels like 2 days ago that I left for this trip. But anyway, yep, I need to get ready for bed now. When you guys are in a hotel room, how do you decide which bed to sleep on? So for me, if I'm facing the bed, I sleep on the right side. And so for me, for whatever reason, I always try to make the bed that I choose like as if I was at home. And I usually always pick the bed closest to the window. I don't know why, it's just what I do. So I will be sleeping in this bed tonight on that side. You know what is one of the best feelings though? Not having to set an alarm for in the morning, because we have a late sign-in, so I can sleep in as late as my heart desires, which I'm actually terrible at sleeping in, so I'll probably still wake up somewhat early. But I don't know, hopefully if the room is pitch black and it's quiet, hopefully I'll be able to get lots of sleep. So I'll see you guys in the morning, which is today, but technically later today. Anyway, you know what I mean. I'm gonna get some sleep and I'll talk to you guys later. My little mini fridge last night did not work, so I went and grabbed some ice from the vending machine. I'm gonna put that in here. Whoops, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna spill some. And then you guys, look at this cute little Alani Nu can. I like how they're making their energy drink cans smaller because they have less caffeine in them. And honestly, I can't really drink a full can, so I feel like this is perfect for me, just this little guy. This flavor is Juicy Peach, but I think they are making them in other flavors too. After I worked out, I took a shower and got ready for the day, and I just got back from grabbing lunch. I went to this salad place. I really liked it because you could do a make your own salad, so it might be kind of hard to see, but I did a steak salad, and there's also avocado in here, which I love, and edamame, as well as, oh, what are they called? Oh my gosh, I'm totally drawing a blank. Literally had to grab my phone and Google common salad toppings because I could not remember the name of it, but chickpeas. It's chickpeas. That is also what I got on my salad. So I'm going to eat this and then probably read for an hour or so before I need to get ready for work. But you guys, while I was getting ready for the day, I am almost done listening to it. It's an audiobook called Ask for Andrea. It's a print book too, and I'm pretty sure it's on Kindle Unlimited, but oh my gosh, it is so good. If you like thrillers, highly, highly, highly recommend. I was really looking for a thriller that honestly would spook me. Like, I wanted to be scared, and also I just wanted something that wasn't typical. Ask for Andrea follows 3 different women who were all killed by this one man, and they come back as ghosts, and they are kind of like haunting him, but also working with the detectives and their family to like nudge them in the right directions to help solve their cases. And I have just never listened to or read a book like this, and it is just fascinating. The other day while Eric and I were driving around, I just had it playing in my car, and he was saying that it definitely gives Ted Bundy vibes, because the main male character in the story, who's the serial killer, he's described as being like very charismatic and attractive, and you know, someone that like all of these women just want to be with. You know, it ends up being that he's crazy and he's like a serial killer, but it's a really good book, so I highly recommend. Oh yeah, also I just uploaded a YouTube short and I posted it on TikTok too, of Eric and I trying to do the hands in challenge with Luna, where one person puts their hand in, the other person puts their hand in, and then you try to wait and see if your dog will put their paw in. And Luna, she kind of failed this challenge.
Come over here. Sit, sit, sit. Good girl. Okay, let's try again. She might be too hyper. Come on, give us your ball.
I just finished getting ready to head out the door and go to work. Thankfully, today we only have one flight, and we are going from Atlanta, Georgia, back home to Philadelphia. Now, you guys, I must say, I'm sorry. I feel like this entire month, all I have filmed is just me going to work and then me slam clicking, just hanging out in hotel rooms and not really going out and doing anything. But this month has just been so jam-packed with flying, and I just feel like on reserve, like, you really do have to conserve your energy because you never really know what's gonna get thrown at you. But next month in June, I have my schedule and we are going to some awesome places. For sure, 2 destinations that I have never shown on my YouTube channel before, and then I'm hoping to also pick up some international flying as well. And on those layovers next month, we absolutely are going to go out and explore, so we'll definitely be back to more of like the full travel vlogs and whatnot, so I'm really looking forward to it. I just have to grab my stuff, we can head out, and then we can do this one flight home. Made it back to Philly. Look at that beautiful sunset. It is a beautiful day out, huh, Miss Luna? This is what Luna loves to do. She loves to just lay down right here, right by the grass, so she can smell all the smells and just chill in the sun. So yesterday I was on call from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m., only good for one day, and I did not get called for a trip. So what I did during the day yesterday was I worked out, and then I actually went and I finally got my library card. I'm so excited to finally have it. I feel like I've been wanting a library card for years now, and I just haven't gotten one. I don't know why, but I'm so glad that I finally did that. And then today I also worked out. I have some editing and stuff to catch up on, and then I'm also going to get my nails done, and I'm just so excited to enjoy the beautiful weather this weekend. Which leads me into something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I know I'll probably get some comments about it in this video, and it's a valid concern. Like, a lot of people have asked why I live so far away from the airport. Like, why would I live an hour away from where I work? A few different reasons. One, we absolutely love where we live, and I personally think it's really important to like where you live, because to me, this is your life. I have really tried to adopt the mindset of I work to be able to live. I don't live to to work. So like on my days off, I want to really just enjoy and absolutely love where I live. And I really like living outside of the city. I love this town that we're in. I love the bookstore here. Eric loves the golf course that's here. And when we did move here, as most of you know, we are living in Eric's parents' house, and we're living here for some very personal reasons, and that's why we moved here last year. I already know this isn't where we're going to live forever. Like, we're not going to live with his parents forever, but for the time being, this is just where we are. And also, it is very rare that I am on reserve. Like, I haven't been put on reserve since I've been based here in Philadelphia, which has almost been a year. And outside of that, I always know my schedule ahead of time, so it's much easier to plan exactly when I need to leave for the airport. I mean, you guys, I normally leave like 3 or 4 hours before my sign-in, just to give myself like so much extra time before my trips. But when I'm on reserve, obviously that can get a little bit tricky because we have the 2-hour call out. Even when I do get pulled onto reserve, like the maximum that I'll have to do is just 3 months out of the year with my seniority. So for us, it's not really worth it to live closer to the airport, away from family, in an area that we don't like as much as out here, when I'm only on reserve 3 months out of the entire year. Also, as a flight attendant, my job is not like a typical 9 to 5, I guess you could say, where I'm having to drive into the office every single day. Now, if I had to drive an hour there and back every single day, then yeah, I don't know if I could do that. But with the way that I work my schedule, I usually do 1 trip a week. So it's really only once a week that I'm having to do the drive there and back. So it's really not that bad. Plus, Luna just loves living here. Look how cute she is. With all of that said, Luna and I, if she will let me talk to the camera, are going to conclude today's video here. Thank you so much for watching. Luna says make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.